Hello and welcome to another episode of Deb's Artsy Life. It's Saturday afternoon on January 27th, and this is episode 26. And I'm having Numi Rooibos chai. This is my favorite tea. It's caffeine free and it's very cozy and delicious. And I'm drinking out of a mug that just happens to match my shirt. So I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. I have to tell you, I had the best time today. I am blessed to live where I do. We have this wonderful art school downtown. And so I went down there today to a gathering called Knots and Needles. And it's just a bunch of ladies getting together to make things for hospice, like lap blankets for nursing home residents, hospice, baby blankets, just different things to help the community. So, and then I came home, and by the way, I'll put some footage of that gathering. I did film a little video of just the ladies working, mostly just their hands, but I have this wonderful yarn, Karen Colorama Halo, and it calls for a 6mm knitting needle, but I ordered a Chalgu, I think is how you say it, Chalgu, knitting needle, size 7mm. I wanted to go up one size, and I have cast on another of the Noble Knits Knit Your First Triangle shawl. It's a YouTube tutorial, and I will link it. I just think it's the most relaxing, wonderful knit project. So you cast on 3 stitches, you knit across the first row, just knit across like I'm doing now, and then the next row you increase by knitting into the front and back loop of the stitch, which increases your stitch count by 1. And then on the next row you just knit straight across, so you only increase every other time. So what she recommends, and it's just such an easy tutorial, is to just put a stitch marker on the increase side, a locking stitch marker, and that will alert you each time you need to do an increase. So it's just a very mindless, wonderful knit project, and it produces, if you saw my new intro, I put the first shawl that I made using that pattern in that intro, and it's that turquoise colored shawl, but it just makes a beautiful project that you don't have to think about a lot. So, I mean, it's not challenging, but it's challenging enough with that increase to kind of keep your mind occupied. So the other thing I've been working on, and I did a little bit during the meeting downtown today, is this same shawl with different yarn and a smaller. This is yarn that calls for a 5mm knitting needle, and I went up to a 6mm, so it just gives it a better drape. But as you can see, I've got my little stitch marker on the increase side. But what I did today, and you can't really tell it yet because I've not gotten far enough along, but I picked up a new color. And one of the ladies, Teresa, in our group, she taught me how to join in a new color with knitting, and it's basically just like crochet. That's what I was asking her, is can you just pick up and start knitting like you pick up and start crocheting with a new color? And that's exactly what she did. So that made me happy. Now the only thing is, I've got this little tail hanging out, and it's just not looking right. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But um, basically, you would join a new color just like you do with crochet. In crochet, I just pick it up and in the middle of a stitch, yarn over with the new color and just keep going, and then you sew in the ends. And so that's what you can do with knitting, and that really made me feel better. Sorry, I just got a text. Um, but anyway, I don't have a lot to share today, but this is the new color I'm picking up. It's a mess. Heartland Glacier Bay. Heartland, it's Line Brand Heartland. So I want to do this color and then maybe put a darker color in. And I showed you that in my last video, but I am still working on it. But I thought I would go ahead, and I am dying to work. I have been dying to work with this yarn because it is absolutely the softest, most exquisite um, big box store yarn that I've ever used. It is so soft. And so I've got a ton of it in my closet, and I was just really wanting to cast on and start a project with that. So I'll switch back and forth. I've got to have at least 10 things going at once, or it's just not enough. So I'm just going to sit here and knit with you and talk. It seems like my life has been unusually artsy lately. I've just really been into a lot of creative things. In my last video, I shared that I went to a drawing class at the School of the Arts, and then today I went to the group Knots and Needles, and the teacher from the drawing class was part of that group. So I love visiting our art school. It is so it's just such a treasure for us to have in our town. So I just wanted to come on and share and knit a little. I don't want it to be too long between videos, so I'm going to try to do better. I haven't had a lot of viewers on my videos lately, and I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know if YouTube, the algorithm, is doing something crazy, but it's a little disheartening. But I had such wonderful comments on my last video, and such nice comments about how they're enjoying the channel and my podcast, and to keep going and keep doing it. And that really, sometimes it's quality over quantity. So I may not have all that many views or whatever for my last few videos, but I've had a lot of wonderful comments, and that's very encouraging. So I thank you for that. You never know what YouTube algorithms are going to do, and it's really not that important as long as I'm inspiring someone and maybe teaching someone something. I've decided I would like to film a video tutorial of how to make a granny square. Because if you can crochet a granny square, your world just opens up. And you can make anything. If you crochet a big bunch of granny squares, then you can make bags, you can make pillows, as I have here. You can make blankets, which is what I have here. I was going to donate this, but I didn't get it finished at the group today. But for hospice, they would like blankets that are 3 foot by 3 foot, and this is the perfect size for that. You just keep going around. This is the perfect pattern, is what I should say. You just keep going till you have a 3 foot square. And this all started with one little granny square. And then I just kept going round and round. And I turn the project after each round. And that keeps it from skewing to the right or the left. A granny square, at least mine, are prone to skew And so if you turn it after each round, it doesn't do that. So I've got plenty of yarn left to continue on this. It's just a mixture of worsted weight yarns. And then I've got another one that I'm doing for my daughter. That's the same thing. Of course, it's the same colors, but it's different. I also would like to do a tutorial maybe on how to. I had a comment from a viewer, and I said I wasn't going to do tutorials, and I know that. I go back and forth, back and forth. But there are things I want to share, and this is totally my design. Nobody, um, I've not seen anybody make one of those just like that. I mean, um, I didn't have a pattern. I just started crocheting in a circle and just making sure it stayed flat. So I still wouldn't have a pattern, but maybe I could show you kind of how to, maybe I could recreate this and we could make it a pattern. But that's something I want to work on in the future. I just think this is so pretty. It's got two sides. And again, I just made it up. So it's completely my design, as is this. Um, so look for that in the future. I would really like to teach you, if you don't already know, to teach you how to make a granny square. Because granny squares are my favorite thing. I do love to knit, and um, I'm finding it a little bit hard to crochet because I do love to knit so much, and I just go back and forth though. I'm working on a big rainbow granny square blanket downstairs. So when we go down there to watch TV, I work on that, and I'll show that to you soon. But I've got a lot going on, nothing finished. But I am really enjoying this yarn. So I think I'm going to work on this afternoon. And I want to post the footage of our gathering today. Oh gosh, that's so good, guys. Numi Rooibos chai. And I don't drink any sugar or anything in it. It's just straight. And it just has the best taste. But it's getting cold, so I got to drink it while I talk. Anyway, we really had a good time today, and there was like six of us. Just some were knitting, some were crocheting, and we just had a lovely time. And then this Thursday, I meet with a group at the library that we've been meeting the first and third Thursday of each month. It's called In the Loop, and that's another crochet, knitting, fiber arts group, and it's just so much fun. It seems like I'm really, what's the word? Active in the community and in creativity lately, and it's wonderful. So I know this is a very short video, but stay tuned for more, and hopefully um, I can film some tutorials maybe later this afternoon or tomorrow. I hope everybody has a wonderful Saturday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. I'm just getting your hands. That's all right. I'll fix it. That's not going to be